Okay, we are here. I'm like looking back and forth, watching myself being replayed. This is kind of weird. I'm going to open it up on a blank tab. So, welcome to the practice room, everybody. And I'm just going to be here warming up my chops. So, feel free to say hello whenever you know, people come in. Oh, jeez. Oh, see. I gotta lower myself a little bit. I keep cracking everything. But we have this consistent viewer on Twitch, and they haven't said hello yet, so I wonder who it might be. Hopefully it's a friend of mine. Anyways. Ugh. I'm like out of breath still because I'm still kind of sick. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Even if I just do 10 minutes a day for this, that'll be enough. Got itchies. I got itchies, man. Ugh. So I get into these bouts wherever I play tuba, and sometimes I just I get myself a little breathless. And see, the thing is, I've compared this to like smoking pot, cause I wonder if some of it's like a placebo effect or not. And I assume that the psychotic, what is it? No, narcotic effects of smoking a drug. You know, is it just lightheadedness? Probably not, but I get into this point where I feel like I feel like a bit of an out of body experience whenever I play tuba, and I just kind of there's this one time where I just kind of stood like this. I sat like this with my eyes closed, just kind of meditating, and she was like. This one girl came in and she was just like, "Oh, you're not doing anything." And honestly, at the time, I felt kind of like self-conscious about that. I was like, I'm not doing anything. Oh, I better get working. Oh, but I'm not practicing. But there's this I think it's Victor Wooten that like I don't know if it was him or some other bass player that like he sometimes visualizes himself practicing and that is enough for him to get good at it. So I'm going on that route. Also cuz I run out of breath and it's kind of tiring to do so. Tuba trumpet it's the same. Not really, but okay. Nice to see a strike. Okay, let's do like an E major chord, or sorry, E major scale. Actually, do I have a tuner on me? I don't think I do. I had my tuner somewhere. It's not on me. Still a bit phlegmy, but it's okay, strike. Let's do E major. And what is it? E. G, B, E, F, G. E, F, G. Oh, I started at the wrong register. There we go. That's like the lowest note you could play on this horn. I mean, you could probably lip down another one, but at least one, like a lowest note, because you push down all the valves. You know, taking all that breath out of you, it really does punches a hole in your gut. But I remember doing this for like 3 hours a day where I just like meditatively just womped my tubes. Just trying to get that like that juice. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get that like the stank. I like feel it here. Usually when you first start playing, you feel tinglies in your nose, and it's like, oh, it tickles, but you get used to it after a while, actually. And I am tired. Oh, man. Let me do it for just a little bit longer. Oh, geez, I'm smacking those notes. Oof. Oof. I might stay on here a little bit. Or I might get off a little bit early strike, so I say that, and I'm on here for like an hour every day. So I'm not really being graded or scored by anything, or I'm not really tethered down by a daily streak. But I think I needed to get some kind of chutzpah, not chutzpah, but you know what I mean, like some kind of a, I don't know what the word is. Um, I don't know, put my mark on the world as far as, making sure that I did a good job every day. Yeah, baby. See, I could do E flat, but it's like if I go up a half step, would that be a half step? No, a half step would be E. It's a bit more force. Like the high E is like, it gets thinner. So that's where like I suck. And then it's see, I gotta really squeeze it. Some air kind of escapes from here. Maybe if I smack it in a little bit. Maybe if I want to get a little You know what? After all these goddamn years of fucking playing this goddamn thing, somebody told me, oh, you can't smile, and it didn't help. It's like, oh, you can't do that, you can't do this. They never told me what I could do. Like, it got to a point. It got so bad that, like, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it got to the point where it's like, fuck, well, then what do I do? If anything and everything I do sucks, then I'll just do nothing and I'll always be right. I mean, of course, rationally, that's stupid. But that's what I was going through at the time. And now that I'm revisiting it, it's like, should really just, nobody's going to really teach you how your body works and how, you relate to the horn. Like, this is some, like, lightheaded, sage-like thinking, I suppose. But like, fuck. I'm starting to realize like shit. I don't know why. Like I don't know why I'm like just coming to that realization cuz it's like it's really just see like okay, the normal placement I have is just straight to the face, you know, like this. But like if I tilt it up and I'm just like, yo, like more forward where it's a little bit tilted up, I could hit the higher notes. And if I just train my body to like, you know, just add more air to get to the lower notes, then I can have a wicked high register. See, I was taught the reverse where it's like you should have the you know, so you can like you know, fit your whole mouth around it. You know, like it's not a rounder sound, but you get what I'm saying. But like you could kind of I don't know, you could kind of sneak that in, I guess, doing it the other way. This might be bad advice, but it seems to work. Like if I see, I could do like bend it forward. You know, I don't know. It's like training a new embouchure. That could be something I revisit later on, but I think it's time to like set this down. It's pretty warm for tomorrow. Just need to shake the cobwebs off a little bit. I'm playing in a marching band tomorrow, actually. So that's this might be something to revisit, something to discover, I suppose. Um, but yeah, it's really just self-discovery that we're going through. Okay, this is gonna be a weird ride. Okay, this is what goes on in a practice room, minus the whole live stream audience. I don't even know if this is entertaining to you guys, but I love your company. So, like, comment, subscribe, bloody blue. You know, I'm gonna switch to guitar and Scrappy Doo. La 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 la. So, last time we met our heroes, there's this one instrument that I'm really good at. It's the flute. You good at the flute, man? That's good for you. The flute is tough. I actually knew a couple flute players in my day. I knew a couple. I had a flute for a while. I don't know where it went. I think my dad gave it away. I did want to learn how to play flute, though. I do have something similar. It's something. It's like the Shire. I don't know if that's the right. I don't know if that's the right melody, timbre. I don't know what the. I probably messed up a couple notes, but it's kind of the Shire from Lord of the Rings. If you are a fan of high fantasy, I'm not so much a fan of high fantasy. I kind of like whatever fantasy. see. Let me see if I can, let me see if I can find some, like, Ocarina. Because that was, like, actually a thing back in the day. You could actually look up Ocarina Tabs. Which is kind of funny. Like how I said I was gonna pull out guitar, but now I'm distracted. Let's see. Something like that. That's kind of cool. Actually, let me look up the Shire. Ocarina, the Shire. I just typed in the shite. Okay. Let's see. Can we click this? Can we zoom in? Okay. It's hard to read. Something like that. No, that wasn't the rest of it, but you know, that's kind of a neat theme. But not a flute. This is not a flute. To forewarn you. I also have an Alto Ocarina, which I know I've memorized the market theme from Ocarina of Time. What have you played on the flute, Strike? Because I've known a couple flute players in the past. I'm cousins to a flute player, actually, not by blood, but by that's where we go to Thanksgiving every year. So I consider him family. He's also a good singer. But let me get my guitar so I don't get too lally-gaggy. I don't get too dilly-dally-y. So, cause we got some progress to make, baby. All right, there we go. So we started off, and I'll go on a tangent for Ocarina in just a short minute, but I really need to recap what we did. So we. Okay, we did that. Now, where would I take that to? Because there's got to be some kind of like, because it's like, I have no idea where I would string that to. It's pretty, Wait, hold on. No, that wouldn't work. Fuck, I don't know. I'm gonna raise the volume up just a little bit so I could pick up a bit more of me. I don't know, man. Okay. See, that's E major. Okay. E dominant major. Okay, tonicizing something. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, sol. Ah, jeez. I do have a ukulele. But I'm not gonna play it unless if it's relevant Hawaiian music. Actually, I do know one song that is Hawaiian inspired, but I don't have the ukulele in the room right now. I have it next door. But I will bring that next time. Just remind me. Yeah, I got that. I play it every day. I honestly, what am I doing? Okay, so right, E7. See, this is more of like a puzzle for me to solve. If I took like advanced music theory, I would probably have a better answer, but I would have more of a cynical solution to it, you know, like I feel like if I intellectualize it too much, it takes away from the soul. No. So something has to have. So it wants to lead to an A. See, whatever it is, it could be an A5. But it could be something that has an A in it. And that's the puzzle. That's the puzzle, man. So, let's see. Well, that could be. See, there we go. Okay. I made another string of stuff. It was like so okay. So see, okay. So let's you can't see what I'm doing, unfortunately. If I have better posture. Let me strap on. Got my strap on. That's a bad joke. Oh shit. Oh, really bumped into that microphone. Anyways, so here we go. Oh. So we'll start from Wait, da, 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 da. You see, then it goes back down to. Okay. Actually, I'm not really. Something. Okay, Strike asks me, do you watch Squid Game, Sir Petey? I haven't. I keep having everybody tell me, oh, you should watch this, you should watch that. I never do. I never give myself the time to. Probably because I'm watching this Dungeons and Dragons campaign and I don't really care about anything else right now. So maybe in a year I'll like think about it. Cause like I don't know. I don't really like watching things when it's new and fresh out. Like I didn't even watch Lost until like 2013, and that was I think Lost ended. The show Lost ended in like 2010. It goes to show about my personality. I don't follow trends really. I usually like things after they're popular. Like I had a lot of people who left Naruto. And then at that point where like Sasuke left the village, spoiler alert. I was just like, okay, this is interesting now. Let me give it a shot. And everybody was just like, "Oh my god, I hate this guy. I hate this guy." I had like I had a friend group who was just like, "I hate Sasuke now because he did that." Like, okay, that's the reason for you to like abandon the whole franchise? That's it? I didn't like it because it was like getting in the way of like other shows that I was watching at the time, and I didn't want to accept Naruto yet. It's really my own stubbornness. It's like I don't want to accept this show yet. And Liger MC is here, the MC, Master of Ceremonies of the Ligers. How you doing, buddy? So okay, we could also look at what else has an A in it. So it's actually, if the A was a third, okay. Squid Game isn't even a trend anymore. It's died, so you can watch it now. I mean, trends were different. Back in my day, trends lasted at least a week or two or a month. Actually, they used to last like a month. Now they're lasting every day. Is everybody becoming a bird brain? Is that what's going on? Like, we're just like, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that? Ooh, 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 ooh. You see a chicken look around, and it's just like, fuck, what is all this shit? And I don't know. I can't jump from thing to thing so quickly like that. It's just so jarring. My neck hurts. I already got a lot of things distracting me, like this tuba over there and this guitar right here. So, Liger, it's good to see you, buddy. My friend. My new Poke friend. We could talk about Pokemons too while I'm trying to figure out this one problem that I'm having with my songwriting capabilities. But Squid Game isn't even a trend anymore. It died. I don't buy it. I think maybe because it's not like headline news, it doesn't mean it's necessarily dead. There's still like a loyal fan base, and that's the kind of guy I am, a loyal fan base person. I don't care about like just having a one-off, looking at one show just because it's popular. I have to really know I'm going to enjoy it and then spend the time to enjoy it. Because if I'm just, spinning my wheels watching something I don't care about, I don't tend to like really get into it, man. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. Uh, I'll give it a shot in like a year, but like I'm there's no rush for me. I'd love to watch and enjoy it and get into the trends of things, but like honestly, anything that comes out of Netflix at this point is just evil. Like it's got a lot of like propaganda messaging in there, and I don't really want to partake in it. As much as it would be to give the benefit of the doubt and all that stuff. I've done that over and over and over, over and over and over again. Like, with Stranger Things, I see some like propaganda things that are in there that's just political. Don't want to deal with that. You know, you see it in like a bunch of, you know, I don't want to mention the company's name as far as movies are concerned. And somebody see, look, they found me. Look, they hacked into my phone. They turn off my. I'm kidding. They didn't disconnect my faulty connection to my computer. But anyways, a lot of major companies have their interests as far as what type of belief systems can be entrained. Once, and Dave Chappelle said this, one of the best comedians I know. I mean, I don't know him personally, but you get the idea. He said, like, you have to know where the entertainment business meets corporate interests. And I took that to heart, and a lot of people don't take it to heart. And you have to really step back and really think, where is there something that has a corporate interest involved in the piece of entertainment I'm emitting? Don't get me wrong, pop culture had its day. There were some innocent bouts of it, but those that talk about slippery slopes, they're starting to be proven right more and more each year as of recent. And where we're heading is something that I don't favor because it's happening too fast and without everybody's consent. It's kind of like, grooming somebody to be a certain way at a young age. And, that's kind of what's being done on a sociological level. So that whenever I'm an outlier and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to watch it, you end up being the weirdo. And I'm fine with that. I've been outcast, many times before. I've turned many people off. And so that's my domain. I'm pretty sure Liger MC or Strike both left or one of them left. But like, hey, it'd be great to have you, but I understand if you don't want to deal with my crazy. And how inverted the world's gotten that I'm the crazy one for considering, levels of perversion that clear as day happens, right before us. I didn't really look at Squid Games, but I could tell it's like some weird, like, creepy-esque shit. It's not like Stranger Things level, but it's like kind of creepy, and it's like, yeah, you should judge a book by its cover. It's like, yeah, but like everybody does. That's just life. And I saw a little bit of a trailer, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I don't know. I like things that make me happy, not like paranoid. You just gotta live life, and that'll make you paranoid and scared and afraid. Why do I need a piece of entertainment? In fact, in some ways, I look at people who watch horror movies, who get the thrill out of that stuff. And I sometimes wonder, those people come from a place of privilege. They really do, because they haven't really experienced true horrific things in their lives. And, you know, I tried saying to this one woman who said she loves seeing people suffer and die that are awful. It's like, yeah, but it's like they're people, you know? Sure, you have some like evil people, but it's not like people in the beginning want to be evil. Sometimes they think they're the right ones. Actually, all the time they do. They think that they're right and everybody else is wrong. See, Strike's telling me, when I die, do I just stop existing? That thought keeps me up at night. Well, I don't know, man. I mean, you could have that that's what's known as an existential crisis because it's about existence, where it comes from. But you know, this is the problem with mainstream media and like pop culture. They get you to think that this atheistic belief that nothing happens and nothing will matter and there are no consequences, but there's no, what is it, two-folds law or three-folds law or something like that, where like you do something, what goes around comes around. The thing is when you zoom out of your experience as an individual, you have to see that all energy in the universe is us. We are consciousness. You are consciousness. I am consciousness. On this end of the microphone and on your end of the speaker, we are both the same person. We are both consciousness, each having an individual experience. And so when you go, you don't go. You become another form of that consciousness. And you live on as the energy flows to another source. And so, we often, in this plastic age, we go for things that are just grab and go, throw it away once it minorly inconveniences you. But, when we, back in, even to the Iron Age or even to the Golden Age, it's, that was a time where permanence was more valuable than, just temporary gain to then be thrown aside. Hey, what's up, Quick Draw? We're having an existential talk right now. I was hoping to practice guitar, but I'm talking to Strike about his existential crisis, the pressing matter of, when you died, you stop existing. I don't think you do. Because if the mind can create a world, you meditate, you imagine yourself doing something. In that space, it has existed somewhere, meaning that if it's existed somewhere, it's probably existed an infinite amount of times in all possibilities. So if you die in this universe, you'll probably live on in another one in a different time frame on repeat. So whatever you're entrained to right now as your conscious being, sentient being, you could probably entrain yourself to a different parallel universe once your body expires. And maybe that's how reincarnation works. I'm not sure. I want to believe that reincarnation is real, so when I die, I get reincarnated as another human. But I can't just believe in reincarnation, says Strike. It is tough. I mean, you'd have to study the occult in order to get a better grasp. Like, I think it's like the 6 paths of enlightenment with the Jesus, I didn't think I'd be given an Arcana. I didn't think I'd be giving a like a magic lesson tonight, but okay, here we are. Here we are. Are you a philosopher, bro? You know, I said when I was in high school, I told my social studies, my global history teacher that I wanted to be one. But if you think I am, thank you. Thank you. And give a follow too to add icing to the cake, my friend. We could have these existential talks. I was just jamming out on my guitar earlier. I wasn't even thinking about having a philosophical conversation about this, but I suppose that's what the free range of the practice room segment of my channel leads me to being. Yeah, playing some music while talking time. Yeah, I know. I should do like background music to. Are you a Satan worshiper, bro? Quick drought. What? How do you pronounce your username so I don't get it wrong? No, Satan. You mean like? See, the thing is like Satan itself is like interpreted in multiple ways. Do you mean like the Christian interpretation of like Lucifer, like the fallen angel, or do you mean like Satanism, like as in Satanists, which is like this type of like pseudo atheist, you are your own god? Because I think that one is kind of shitty. You know, like the satanic churches are kind of, in some weird way though. The belief. Oh, quick draw TV. Okay, the V is actually on the. Actually, let me put. I can't put the chat up here, but like, the V is actually on the next line. So, okay, now I see it. Yeah, Satanism is like the belief. It's like this atheistic belief in you're your own god, and nothing else. Like, you know, nobody else is. Like, there's no god, but you're your own god, which I think is stupid. You put any study on the, you know, tree spirits and the fairy kingdom, as well as, you know, the hierarchy of that, you know, going from your basic, you know, water babies to your high end, you know, angelic creatures that actually look like Zeus and can create typhoons and tornadoes and hurricanes. You know, you know, that's more of a nature-esque way of looking at it. This type of hierarchical system. Whereas, you know, Satanism, it's just very self-centered. It's very unaware of the world around you. It's just a belief system that's just, I would say, primitive in the sense that like you can tell that the people who are textbook definition Satanists, not like, you know, they sacrifice a goat, you know, on an altar and drink its blood or something like that. That's not Satanism. That's like Satan worshiping. There's like a distinction between the two, but Satanism is literally just being I feel like modern Satanism is self-fulfilling prophecy. They believe they are entitled to all knowledge, and we are all gods that lead them to living lifestyles that fit perfectly into the traditional perception of Satan worshippers, like self-deprecation, putting down others, etc. Yeah, it's like, I suppose it's like a hierarchical system that's really more about like stepping on others, I suppose. If you know, in the Satan worshiper aspect of it, you know, you murder a cute like goat or something, and then you drink its blood, and then it's like, oh, okay, that's the thing that like whatever demons are into that drinking of the blood, you know, for as an offering, you know, spiritually, that I'm not into. Maybe if you get some instant gratification from that, sure, go for it, I guess. No, I mean, I don't agree with it. I suppose it's the difference between being, uh, you know, being for arcane versus like using arcane magic versus clerical magic. One's a bit more giving, one's a little bit more taketh away. They go to a certain satanic clubs. You must spit on a cross as they enter, and they will have people having sex with animals as entertainment. These are real places all around us. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the follow, by the way. Not thank you to these people are all around us. Well, I know, man. It's part of the reason why I'm not really a big Halloween fan, because this is the number one time of year, between October and November, where in the U.S. specifically, kids go missing. And there's not a federal number for kids going missing, by the way. There's a federal number that indicates cars going missing, but not for children. And that's a fucking problem, if you ask me. It's like, really, you're going to care more about your car than your kid? I mean, I suppose there are a lot of people who aren't having kids that don't care about other kids. But very selfish people. You're right. In a lot of ways, I met somebody who was self-proclaimed Satanist, and sometimes it's like, like some people just like the glamour of being like a goth, kind of cool. We get to wear makeup, dye your hair a cool color. I'm into it. I'm into the fashion of it. I used to have a massive crush on a couple of girls that had that that type of style. But you get and you see you see characters like that on like movies and stuff, and they're like usually like like the allure of the big titty goth girl. It's like she's like takes no shit off of anybody, is playful. Bust your balls a little bit in a funny, cute, cheeky way, and it's like she's very down to earth. The problem is like all the negative stuff is the only thing that happens. Like she just wears, from my experience, I've noticed that a lot of girls are just like who dress up like that are just shitty people. Like I mean, that's at least with me, in the whole dating pool thing. It's like I noticed that characteristic. They're just kind of morally bankrupt, and they're a less cool version of like the movie propaganda version of it. But it's just it's a fantasy. The big titty goth GF is a fantasy. It's not anything other than and I met one, but she was talking about like, I don't know, we were talking about socialism and communism and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, it doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. No, you're stupid. No. I mean, like, having the government decide things for you is not good. Or no, actually, no, it was on the approach of a religion. It wasn't actually more political. It was more of the philosophy of religion. And the Soviet Union, I believe, and Soviet Union and Nazi Germany were both in a way anti-religious, but they still used religion a little bit to so that they could become the gods. And then when government's God, that's when tyranny happens. Absolutely right. The problem is the world trafficking, and it's at least spoken about things. Kids go missing every day in our local communities, but it never makes the news. Here's the thing. I hear a lot of people complaining about slavery here in the U.S. How like white people bad. How dare you, mock slaves or indigenous people, and like you deserve to pay for your sins, basically, even though my ancestry had nothing to do with it. But specifically mine too. Like I can't speak for other of my white folks, but hey man, um, what was I gonna say? But um, why don't we talk about like the slavery that's happening now? Like it, like there's still like a slave trade. You know, like if they cared about it, you know, being paid and repaired, you know, reparations and stuff like that, why not do everything in your power to end it across the world? You know why? Because we get cheaply made shoes in other countries. That's why. Can't mess with the shoes. Hey, Nike's a good brand. I had a good brand of running shoes for a couple years by Nike. And Strike says, when I'm with other kids and they ask me why you don't want to play with us, and I say, I like to play with myself, and they said, ew. That's funny. Yeah, don't say that out too out loud. I mean, I suppose I'm playing with myself in front of you. That's better, I think, right? I agree. I kind of realize that it's a lot about age and culture. Over here in North America, girls feel like that they can have whatever they want, whenever they want, until they turn 30 and they realize the truth. In South Asia and South America, the girls are way better, bro. Trust me. I know. Why do you think I'm learning Portuguese and my friend, my one of my buddies is learning Japanese? It's because it's just like you gotta abandon ship at this point. And I found a good girl. Hopefully she's not a sociopath and steals my money. But fingers crossed. Thing is I joke about that, and like I'm really kidding about that. Like I don't think she's like out to get me or anything like that. But when you're used to, being betrayed, by swindling hoes, it gets you looking over your shoulder. It's like when somebody smacks you in the back of the head. You're always like, fuck, when's it gonna happen next? Oh shit. And so that's interestingly enough, I don't want to completely abandon the notion that there are good and bad in different areas of the world. I think it's just different. But in a lot of ways, the U.S. pop culture has taken a nosedive, solid nosedive. And I think, if you keep putting out like entitled brats, essentially, with the princess complex, and like you tell them that a guy's gonna love you no matter what, you're setting that girl up for failure. Because it's like, why would a somebody who's like absolutely gorgeous, like a guy who's like top 10, top tier, makes a shit ton of money, has the best looks, and like why would he even consider somebody who's like has a kind of okay but kind of shitty entitled personality, who is like not good looking, doesn't take care of herself. Like do you think he's gonna pick her first? Yeah, maybe to sleep with. That's really like a just a lay. It's not really anything else. And so you cultivate this type of thinking where it's like, oh, okay, if I could have sex with this really handsome guy, then I should be able to find somebody who, will settle down and love me. And it's a lie. They're just it's really guys don't see it the same way. It's really just like I just wanted to bang you. That's about it. You know, nothing else. Nothing else. Wouldn't marry you. Jesus, God forbid. Wake up to that every single day. And like that's what's going on in like these like you know between 8 to 10s types of guys. Like they're just in the back of their head. It's like I'm never going to like commit to a person like you ever. And like nobody, there's so much pride and forcing of keeping the composure that a woman has to do in this situation, where it's like they just keep putting up barriers. I didn't think I'd be talking about this tonight, so I, yeah, Strike. I'm sorry you have to see this, but you got to hear this now. But really, like their value, it's just it doesn't matter how beautiful they are at all. Like it's like if you're really that like morally bankrupt, then there's no reason for anybody to love that, let alone like. And it's really gotten to that point where it's just like, okay, we're not gonna, we're just gonna let you figure it out yourself. Very much like how a guy gets ghosted and, or just how somebody gets ghosted and they're left wondering like, what did I say wrong? You know, it's gonna be that, except, you know, in their 30s, 35, 40s, where it's like, how come nobody wants to love me? Well, it's because you're a bitch. And you always have been. And you weren't as talented as you thought you were. Until some guy, you know, you weren't as talented and funny as you thought you were. And now nobody's here to validate you because you're not as desirable to be with. And it's a shame, you know? You know the remedy for all of this, though? Humility. Humility. Know what you are. And try to improve upon it. Making a mess of myself. But the thing is, I know what I am. And I know what other girls are. I see like an average looking whatever girl, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? They turn their nose up at me. It's like, wait a minute. We're like about on the same level, and I'm the only one that seems to know this. Like, you're pretty basic. But yet for some reason you feel like you're entitled to have a really nice house and an expensive car and, you know, I'll talk about my age in a bit. But jeez, I've it's been an hour. Not as productive of a practice day, so I should probably get back to some musicking, because I don't want to get too. I mean, I already got into too much of a tangent, but actually, would that make more sense where I do? Yeah, that would. So yeah, I mean, I'm just here to take some time to practice a little bit. No, I mean, but also it's here for the social ability aspect of it. The social aspect. Ooh, that's why we go to school, right? The social aspect. But you never realize, how the social aspect is designed like a prison, actually, where you get same architecture of a prison, the same quality, actually a bit higher quality of food as a prison. You have to sign out whenever you have to use the bathroom, and you what was the other thing? Oh yeah, there are bells between periods of where you need to be at which time. What location at which time. So there are a lot of elements that are similar to the prison, but it's you know, I think that would be easier. You should just commit a crime, and then just you get the social aspect. It's kind of the same. It's a bit more of an adult version of school, public school. Yes, I did strike. To answer your question. Oh yeah, by the way, Quick Draw TV. I'm on YouTube as well. Strike is talking to me on YouTube, and I'm talking to you, Quick Draw, on Twitch. So follow both of them. I think Strike's on both, but it helps my algorithms. So okay, where did I leave off? It's this chord's tough to do. Nah, that might be two. So let me try that sequence again. Actually, let me look up a song. Then you are part of the 30% who actually graduated college. Yeah, well, college sucks. Don't go. I'm not gonna lie, like, if I could do it over again, I honestly wish I just kind of dropped out. College isn't everything. It's really about prowess and skill and actual knowledge rather than theoretical knowledge. Practical knowledge gets you further in the career world. And I think there's something to be said. Once it's globally required to go to college, that's when it's more less your choice than others. I don't consider it higher education. See, okay, this is where I'm kind of drawing from. Oh, and then it's... Good to see a Strike on the chat. But you have a wonderful night, Strike. I'm going to be here for a little bit longer. Oh, shit, it's 1:02 a.m. I should probably go to bed soon. I have a gig tomorrow. I have to be at my destination roughly at 9:30, so that'll probably only give me 6 hours of sleep if I want to shower tomorrow. So I didn't think I'd be getting into this existential talk with you, Strike, but I'm glad I had it with you. So you have a wonderful night, Strike, and we can talk about religion and you know, I suppose all this other stuff. I don't get so hell bent on the what's the word? Um, overzealous about the what religions people should be practicing or ought to be practicing, because if you know there could be one humble person within Satan worshipping and they're just lost and confused and they ended up stumbling upon something. So I can't overgeneralize people in that way. But I will say the doctrine and the deceit and the lying that does happen when people fall into bad things. I don't know. It's very tough. Very tough. Anyways. If I do something like that. Yeah, see. No. I don't think D would work in that situation. It might just have to drag into A minor. I might have to go back to A minor. Thing is it's coming out to be somewhat generic, and I'm overthinking why, like, for some reason, I don't want to be generic right now in this moment. So it's that E7 is going to be like that pivot that I don't want to do, but it's like, so we start on E. Sorry, we end on E. We start on C, end on E7, then the next section starts at A major, ends at E7 again. So then it's going to have to go to maybe A minor. So maybe if I do something different. Is that actually... Wait. No. Bum bum do. See, now I'm going generic. And then, see, now we're at A major again. See, if that next section is more like, because it starts off as like kind of a doo-wop, kind of like. Sorry. Oh, wait. Yeah, right. Oh, there we go. And then that gets into oh. It's hard to do. Something like that. That sounds kind of hokey. Could be a good protagonism part, though. I don't know where I could take that. But, you know, maybe I could... Maybe. I don't know which way I could. Because if I make that. I need a bigger piece of paper. That's what I need. So. So I think I'll slow it down maybe. I'm gonna write this down in pencil so I can erase it. But slower. Then I'll just put A minor. Then D major. Go for that, like, I think it would be Dorian type of feel. I'm just gonna do that times 2. Times 2, and then lead in. Dun C D A. Then I'm just gonna do major, major. And then I'm just gonna do major. And then I'm gonna do times 2. Yeah. Hopefully those notes will, because it's like I want to do, I guess, what's known as a Plagal Cadence. Not a Plagal Cadence. Picardy third. Plagal Cadence. That's stupid. Plagal Cadence is something different. That's a cadence. I think that I'm thinking of it in the sense of a cadence. A Picardy third is basically where popular version is ba da 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 ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba da ba 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 do 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 da 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 da. I sang it wrong the first time, but it's the type of it's the weird. I'm getting advertisements about Satanism. Jesus Christ. No pun intended. Wow. I just charged my phone to 10% and saw you were like, oh, awesome, man. Good to see you. I just got an advertisement about like Satanism. Not for Satanism, but just how rock stars and celebrities, found God later on. I gotta say though, what if it's all a ploy to get us all into religion? Like, because I don't think church is the way to go either. Your personal relationship with higher power should just be yours. And with whatever higher power you believe in, and so long as you don't harm anybody or anything, you should be fine. That's just me. That's just me. Let's see. I gotta really think of it. I gotta sleep on this and how songs are written. And so Strike, I'm glad that you were here for this long, but I actually should be getting to bed now, or else I'm gonna be sick for a couple other days. But it's good to see you, Strike. And for my new friend, my new follower, Quick Draw TV. I had to look up your name because Quick Draw TV. I'll remember that. Good conversation. Sorry if I went a little bit too much on the deep end. I suppose that's expected in something as vague as the practice room. I tend to default towards, some dark topics when my mind is left alone. But thank you for all joining me on this ride of the practice room. And thanks for the kind wishes. And yeah. I'll try to get well. I do need my sleep though. So have a wonderful night, Strike. Have a wonderful night. I keep forgetting the name. It's too late at night. Quick Draw TV. Quick Draw TV and Strike. You guys take care. Hope to see you in another episode of the practice room. I'll get some naps in. All right. Happy practice.